What is going on, everybody? David Braga back here with a plethora of news stories today, Wednesday, November 3rd, surrounding the NFL. We've got Aaron Rodgers news, we've got Henry Ruggs news, we've got Michael Thomas news. I'll touch on Michael Thomas here briefly. He will miss the remainder of the season. He was on the physically unable to perform list from the start of the season until now. He announced today in a tweet, which I don't have initially pulled up, but I'll link it down below. You can go check it out. Linked in a tweet, or he put out a tweet this morning saying that he had re-aggravated something or re-injured part of what was keeping him from being able to play, keeping him on the PUP list. And so Michael Thomas will not be playing the remainder of the season, which is quite unfortunate. Especially given the news that Jameis Winston is now out for the remainder of the season as well, with an ACL tear that he suffered this past weekend. Also, just really briefly want to touch on Henry Ruggs. He's a piece of shit, and I hope he spends the rest of his life in prison, honestly. For those of you that don't know, Henry Ruggs, Oakland wide receiver Henry Ruggs, blew a blood alcohol level of more than double the legal limit and was involved in a car accident early this week, in which he was tagged at going 156 miles an hour. The airbag deployed at 121 miles an hour, and in the car accident he killed a 23-year-old woman and her dog. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Don't drink and drive. It's not that hard, especially if you have a multi-million-dollar NFL contract that you can hire an Uber or that your team has drivers available. I mean, there's literally zero excuse to drink and drive. There's even less of an excuse when you're on an NFL contract. So Henry Ruggs was released last night by the Raiders, as he very well should be. And yeah, that's he's a piece of shit, bottom line. Another person that people are claiming piece of shit, this guy right here. I guess I should point in the right direction. This guy right here, Aaron Rodgers, Packers quarterback, reigning MVP of the National Football League. He's been considered unvaccinated, and why does this matter? Well, this summer, hold on, I guess I'll get to the actual tweet here. Hold on, I'll find it. There we go. Packers placed quarterback Aaron Rodgers and cornerback Isaac Yiadom on the reserve COVID-19 list. They placed Kurt Benkert on that list earlier this week, and then everybody started to question, well, hopefully Aaron Rodgers wasn't considered a close contact. Unfortunately, it seems like Aaron has gotten COVID-19. Now, where does that leave us? Well, Aaron tested positive for COVID-19, and everyone assumed that he was vaccinated because of this tweet, or because of this interview. I believe it was Ryan Wood, Packers reporter Ryan Wood, asked him on August 26th whether or not he had been vaccinated. I do not claim credit for this video at all. This one was posted by Chancellor Johnson of NBC Sports Reporter. But this is obviously a Packers press conference. Let's take a quick listen here.
Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized.
So Ryan asks Aaron if he's been vaccinated, and Aaron says, yeah, I've been immunized. Didn't say vaccinated, but everyone just kind of took it at that, especially it doesn't show it in this short little 5-second clip, but he goes on to say that he believes it's a personal choice. He's not going to blame people that aren't immunized, aren't vaccinated. So Packers media members, I believe, have a right to be upset, as do the fans, because we were just kind of led to believe that he was vaccinated because he's like, oh yeah, I've been immunized. But what we didn't know at that time was that he had been using an alternative treatment. Which alternative treatment? What the hell does that mean? Ian Rappaport's reporting that he received a homeopathic treatment from his personal trainer to raise his antibody levels. Whatever that means. I don't know. It was from his personal doctor, though, so I assume it was something that he had discussed with the medical personnel, or at least discussed with his own, doctor, obviously, with. And I guess he had petitioned the NFL to make this, considered vaccinated. But the NFL has known since before the season started that this doesn't count. This is unvaccinated. So, because he's considered unvaccinated, Aaron will miss minimum of 10 days. So, today is Wednesday, so he will miss this Sunday's game. And he could even miss next Sunday's game against the Seahawks. So, Chiefs and Seahawks are not the games that Aaron Rodgers should be missing. But why, more importantly, as to why I'm making this video, because those of you that know me know, I don't care if you're vaccinated or not. I'm vaccinated. I think everybody should be vaccinated. But I believe in your right to do whatever the hell you want, because that's how this works. I think you should be able to do whatever the hell you want. Aaron's case, I think, is a little bit more dicey because of the situation he's in, but I also just think the NFL COVID rules are stupid, so, I'm probably not the one to be asking about this. But anyway, why does this matter? Well, let me find the tweet. Statement from the NFL, this is from Tom Pelissero. Statement from the NFL, which says it's reviewing enforcement of COVID protocol with the Packers after Aaron Rodgers' positive test. Primary responsibility for enforcement of COVID protocols within club facilities rests with each club. As it should. The Packers should have control over, the NFL doesn't need to babysit these teams. They don't need to have NFL personnel in each location making sure that they're doing everything correctly. But failure to enforce the protocols has resulted in discipline being assessed against individual clubs in the past. And basically they will do the same with the Packers as they're aware of the current situation with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and will be reviewing the matter with the Packers. Here's my issue with this. The NFL knew before the season started that Aaron Rodgers wasn't vaccinated, or wouldn't classify as vaccinated under their protocol. So now that he tests positive, this is relevant. Now that he tested positive, this statement here is relevant. Now that he's tested positive. How about the 8 weeks of interviews, of press conferences, of video footage, of pictures, all on the sidelines, all throughout the Lambeau Field facilities, throughout all of this? Why wasn't it being enforced then? Why would it matter now that he's tested positive, as opposed to them knowing that he's not vaccinated before the season, and now that he's tested positive, now all of a sudden it matters? It should matter regardless of the test results. If this is your precedent that it doesn't matter until you're vaccinated, what the hell are we doing? I genuinely don't know what we're doing. Please let me know in the comments if you think I'm just being dumb, but I really don't understand why this should matter now that he's tested positive for it, as opposed to throughout the entire year when they knew he wouldn't classify as vaccinated. If they knew he was, because clearly Packers media had no idea he wasn't vaccinated. To Ian Rappaport's credit, he did tweet out, "My understanding is that Aaron Rodgers has been following protocols for unvaccinated players while inside the building. The only time that he didn't, as far as we know, is when he's speaking to media members." The NFL, to my knowledge, isn't blacklisted by the Packers. They can watch every single interview. They can watch every single press conference. I watch every single press conference. I tune in to the Twitter live streams. I watch the videos on YouTube. They have access to all of this. They probably have access to more of it than we do. So why now does it matter that he's unvaccinated? Somebody tell me how to wrap my brain around this, because it legitimately does not make sense to me that these COVID protocols would come into consideration now that he hasn't, or now that he's tested positive and isn't considered vaccinated. Because they knew They knew very well before the season started that he wasn't vaccinated. They should have been keying in on the Packers and any other player that wasn't vaccinated well before the season started, well through the first 8 weeks of the season. And yeah, this doesn't make any sense to me. So let me know what you guys think down below. Should there be punishments for the Packers in some way, lost draft picks, suspension for Aaron, whatever? I don't think there should be, because I don't think this should be an issue. I think if it was going to be an issue, they would have made it one 8 weeks ago when they knew he wasn't vaccinated. But like I said, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about Henry Ruggs, Michael Thomas, as well as the plethora of other players being put on the COVID list. I know Saquon Barkley, to name one, was also put on the COVID reserved list today. So let me know what you think about all that down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you click that bell icon to get notified whenever I go live, whenever I upload a video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.